They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, over the 12th man, and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the New Mexico Lobos, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So New Mexico's offense will take the field first. And David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter. That's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Terrible way to start this game if you're on offense. You've given up 2 straight negative plays. You ran the ball on first down for negative yards, and then you take a sack now on second down. That tells me this offensive line has got to wake up. You knew this was physically going to be a challenge, but you've got to get ready.
He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
And that is how you set the tone as a defense. On the first drive of the game, you're not just getting a 3-and-out. You're not even just getting a turnover, but you actually score points with the safety to open this thing up.
And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Just needs a crack to get a return. The Aggies offense will go to work for the first time today. And David, if you like big plays, and I know you do, and highlight real catches, and I know you do, we've got a guy for you on this offense.
Man, it's so fun to watch him, not for defensive coordinators and defensive players, but this is a guy that can make plays all over the field. He will be highlighted, just the speed, the playmaking, the catching ability. Jesse, he will make plays early and often.
Man, it is so nice as a quarterback when you have a guy like that lining up, because you can just throw it anywhere in his vicinity and trust he's going to find a way to get it done and make the catch. Even when he's defended, he is always open, and you're going to see him line up all over the field, and he'll get the ball in a variety of ways.
Across the 45. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that first down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll go to the ground. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Mike Elko's first season in Aggieland started much better than it finished, but a strong recruiting class has them ready to wash away that sour ending from last year.
It wasn't a great ending, but you could see the momentum. You could see the offensive flashes with Reed at the quarterback spot, and you saw the defense with Elko. That's what he does. He does that thing on that side of the football. So now, Jesse, year 2 with an established coach now at your helm.
Yeah, and consistency at the quarterback spot, too. With Connor Wigman and then Marcel Reed and kind of going back and forth. They haven't had that offensively. Having the same guy week in, week out, especially one as talented as Marcel Reed, I think, really sets Texas A&M up for success.
From the red zone, it's Moss. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
They'll keep it on the ground. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Trying to pick it up on the ground.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Trying to pound their way in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Back to throw, it's Reed. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. To the air on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Humphrey. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Caught over the middle, it's Thomas. Right down the gut of the field. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking for space, it's Humphrey. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Lobos have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want.
And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit, and I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time.
He's loose on the right. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Aggie.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
Here comes the two-point try. Go straight ahead. He's into the end zone for the 2, and the lead is now at 16. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Now New Mexico will go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Right back to the well. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the Lobos will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The give to the tailback. Breaks into the open. Got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Pushes ahead. This time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the two-point conversion, but was denied. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He has the first and still on his feet. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the ground, he's got it again. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Humphrey. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. The Lobos come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point, they know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
And the Lobos line up to punt it away. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll look to pin them deep. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Gets away from one, finds room. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field? On display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggie.
What a day. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They're going to throw it to start the drive. That's reeled in. It's Johnson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Line getting set on 2nd down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Looking to throw, it's Reed. He's got it! All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
That's good for a Fighting Texas Aggie.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in College Station. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the home of the 12th man.
The Lobos will kick it off to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get it. It's a touchdown.
We just went to half and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. What a return that was as they put points on the board with that 91-yarder. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Pressure coming. He's dropped on the sack, and now the hill gets even steeper.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
The inside handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Lobos will call on their punt team. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Looks it in at the 40. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Looking for space, it's Moss. Got the first down, looking for more. Turning it on! He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
with the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Let's see what the Lobos offense has dialed up this time. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on 1st down, it's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable, so moving forward.
They come up with their 2nd safety of the game. You don't see that very often.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Set for the free kick after the safety. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Looking to throw, it's Reed. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Texas A&M will snap it in the red zone. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They'll give it to the back. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
I'll tell you, this running back, he's running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
Touchdown, Aggie! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes in offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Lobos now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
Hauls it in at the 40. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. Oh, he's got some room, heading to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This should be the last play of the quarter. Running back searching for a hole. And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Goes to the option. Now the toss. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. And the Lobos trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Hall. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought he was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
The Lobos will punt this one away.
On to kick it away.
Now on the return. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Aggies.
Honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Barges ahead. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The two-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And this offense, man, they just can't get out of their own way. Like, they've got a 0 on the scoreboard already. Now turning the football over late in the game when you're down, they've got to find a way to make something good happen on that side of the football.
And the Aggies have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Attempt to try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now New Mexico will go back to work on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Under fire. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Lobos send out the punt unit. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Got the first down and more. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll ride the hot hand.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
From the gun to give, looking for room. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
The AT unit on the field. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.